back to a new episode of Nostalgia. No, we've had so many funny fucking moments, haven't we?
We are funny fuckers.
We are funny fuckers. But do you know what's funnier than us?
Just news.
Members of the worldwide public who do stupid, dumb fucking
That
stuff.
is
And
so
we
true.
exploit them for views and clicks by laughing at their mishaps that may or may not have ended up in death or shit or piss.
Some of the ones this round are literally about shit. So
usually,
not death. We've not had death yet.
Usually, I think there was a good one where there was like a good few were like about some weird fetish shit. And this time we got some shit. We got some sex gurus. We got some sausage vending machines. We got some giant penises and a very threatening ramen shop.
Multiple German ones.
Yeah. Few German
international,
ones.
worldwide
with just news.
Worldwide.
Anyway, we've done 4 of these fucking things now, guys. Like, we every
50 with us.
Every 15 episodes. Every 15 episodes, we want a bit of a break. Let's low key. So we're giving you all.
I'll give it $1.50. We need a week off.
So here is the best of Just News over the last 15 episodes. Enjoy. Teachers seize disco equipment from 12-year-old boy who hosted rave in school toilets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cal has been been up and ready to leave early that morning. He had the biggest smile on his face, so I knew he had something up his sleeve. Teachers at St Anthony's Catholic College in Urmston may come to regret confiscating 12-year-old Cal Bell's disco equipment. After all, he wouldn't be the first errant schoolboy to go on to greater things after trying out his entrepreneurial skills on his classmates. All Cal wanted to do was cheer the mood and offer a service. In this case, with a little party for his fellow Year 8 pupils during troubled times.
Year 8? Oh my god.
This kid was young. But his teachers took a dim view of the affair after they discovered the event he was hosting involved music decks, speakers, and disco lights being crammed into the boys' toilets.
That's crazy that he carried them all to school with him. That's so good.
I'm so excited to get into this. Despite showing strong entrepreneurial instincts, teachers swiftly confiscated his disco equipment and phoned Kel's parents to let them know this was not the kind of thing that they would allow on school premises. Kel's mother, Louise, however, confessed that rather than telling her son off, she could only really see the funny side of it. Mm-hmm. Mrs. Bell said, "I had to laugh. It's been a terrible year, and I couldn't be angry with my son for trying to spread some cheer." When I got the call, it made perfect sense. Cal had been up, dressed, and ready to leave the school early early in the morning, which was unheard of in our house. He had the biggest smile on his face, so I knew he had something up his sleeve. Besides, it was the sort of spirit that led Lord Alan Sugar to collect free remnants of fabric from local workshops to sell to rag and bone men when he was only 10. By the age of 13, he had convinced the deputy headmaster of his secondary school to invest in a printing machine and published a monthly magazine that he sold to his parents.
Is this Alan Sugar?
The local council estate. I don't give a shit about Alan Sugar. I'll care about fucking Cal, the fucking Year 8 DJ. Likewise, Virgin boss Richard Branson. I don't give a shit about Richard Branson either. Jesus Christ. Cal had advertised the event on the picture sharing platform Snapchat a week prior. Oh my God,
what a hero.
The guest list included all Year 8 boys who were each given a Cadbury Twirl and a bottle of Lucozade once the party started, with the aspiring DJ Cal in charge of the music. I'm sorry, that is absolute fucking boss. If someone did that in our school, they'd be the most popular fucking kid. Unfortunately for him, and his fellow ravers, they were quickly rumbled, with teachers shutting down the lunchtime party after 30 minutes. 30 minutes on a lunch break ain't bad.
I wonder what gave them away. Maybe the loud music?
I don't know.
I love the idea that just in the yard, like the dinner night, it's just like, what's that noise you're hearing? Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Honestly, like that would be absolutely mad. Like just like stumbling at the toilet. Imagine you just going in there for a piss.
Imagine you get
because it's all the Year 8 boys. Imagine if you're in a different year and you'd gone into the toilet, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
You walk in the door, you get handed what was it?
Cadbury's Twirl and a bottle of Lucozade.
Cadbury's Twirl and a bottle of Lucozade.
Anyway, after being rung by the school, Mrs. Bell, a hairdresser from Urmston, Manchester, asked her son to explain herself. When we asked him why he'd done it, he told us the school was boring and that he had nothing to do at lunchtime. I wish there had been a Kel when I was in school. It would have been much more fun. Music is Kel's motivation, and we couldn't be mad at him for expressing and sharing that passion. It was very inventive of him. Fucking W from the mum as well.
Amazing.
Good lad.
It's amazing.
She added the school weren't happy and explained that they had to confiscate his equipment because they couldn't facilitate such behaviour. But I could tell that that even they saw the funny side too. It sounded like they were doing their best not to laugh on the phone. After posting news of Kel's early misadventures in events management on our own social media channels, Mrs. Bell was inundated with messages of support for him, including offers of free entry to various club nights, including Midlands-based Hoochie Coochie, who described Kel as a little legend.
No way.
One music fan wrote, "The kid is doing more for the UK scene than most DJs and promoters." True.
Kale is now touring Ibiza with the same year-age class crew.
Yeah, he's now off his face in Ibiza.
Kale now sneaks into nightclub bathrooms in Ibiza and holds individual rave.
I think probably the worst place to be doing a rave is in like a nightclub bathroom, though.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like you're already there for the clubbing. Do you know what I mean?
Clubs are shitholes anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what? I hope he becomes a massive DJ.
I hope he does. I don't know when this article's from, but we'll... Yeah.
Like, big up. Like, it's to just spread some, like, nice joy and cheer.
Oh, this is from 2020 as well. So this kid is a bit older now.
COVID.
So this is hence the shit year thing.
Yeah,
so he would be,
year 12, wow.
He's in year 12 now.
12. Yeah, 12, maybe year 13.
Kids in, like, sixth form or college now, or apprenticeship. Probably DJing, to be honest. He's probably DJing.
He's probably 18. He's probably close to 18. He's probably DJing.
Fair play, man. Fair play, lad. If you're out there, Cal, drop us a line. We'd love to have you on the podcast. We'd love to get you doing some fucking remix to our title sequence.
That would be so funny. I love it. I love that. To just spread during COVID.
Good lad.
Spread some cheer. I'd love to know the music that he played though. I'd love to know what level he, like, imagine you go and he's actually like mint. Like he's like proper mixing and everything.
That's so good. This is great. I'm going to read the rest of it just so we can wrap this up. Yeah, the photo was the best bit. Supporters have offered to raise funds to replace Cal's music deck and speakers, including his local Urmston boxing club.
You got them taken off him permanently?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Which is
fucked
up.
Like taken away and given at the end of the day.
Yeah,
that's
fucked up from the school. You can't just steal people's equipment. That's just robbery. Mrs. Bell, who posts about Cal's escapades were shared more than 400,000 times on social media platforms, said on Friday he loves music, but he's quite overwhelmed with his newfound fame. All his school friends are calling the house telling him he's gone viral. We're just so proud that our son has brought a smile to so many people after such a difficult year. If you can't laugh, then something's not right. A spokesperson for St Anthony's College said, "We are aware of the incident and have been investigating." That's all they can say. Oh, I love it. I love it. The little photo of him with his DJ deck. Oh, it's brilliant.
Mikkel said, "If you can't laugh, then rave." Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. That's really great.
That pissed me off though that they didn't give him his equipment back. That's
what the fuck is that about? It's probably quite good equipment as well.
Like, honestly, that was either like a Christmas present, a birthday present. Maybe he saved up his pocket money to buy it. That's horseshit. That like,
especially in 2020 as well. Like, how fucking heartless do you have to be after like a whole year of that shit to be like, sorry, kid. But then also as well, I do have to think of it as like, okay, December 2020, there were still precautions at that point. Like, there was still, like, masks and, like, social distancing, and this little fucker invited a whole year group to go and rave in the toilet, giving them all fucking Cadbury's Twirls and Lucasades, so probably not the best social distancing measures, but fair play to the lad.
Just taken after the Prime Minister at the time.
Oh! Satire! Woo!
I shouldn't say that, because I took the piss out of Doctor Who for talking about that.
Yeah, exactly. So... Literally in the last episode of our podcast, you were saying how you hate... I was saying it as well, how we hate media bringing up the COVID. But this is appropriate. And this was fun.
Former Barney the dinosaur actor, you know Barney the dinosaur? Big dinosaur?
Yeah.
Former Barney the dinosaur actor now works as a controversial tantric sex guru. You got verbal whiplash from that there.
That took me really off guard. I didn't know it was going to be
physical whiplash.
I didn't think it was going to be sexual. I was like, oh, that is weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
A sex
Former Barney the dinosaur
guru.
actor now works as a controversial tantric sex
Tantric
guru.
sex guru. You know what I'm excited to find out is what that means.
The actor who starred as the cuddly T-Rex host of 90s children's TV show. I can't fucking read today. Children's TV show Barney and Friends is now working as a Los Angeles tantric therapist. It has been revealed. American actor David Joyner, 52, told Vice that his decade-long stint playing a dancing purple dinosaur was helpful for his current career.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, hang on. What the fuck? What do you mean by that?
The energy I brought up while in costume is based on the foundation of Tantra, which is love. Joyner said,
"You were with kids, my guy."
Everything stems, grows, and evolves from love.
Yeah, I don't like where this is going. I can't lie.
Joyner only accepts female clients for his services and charges.
Fair play, mate. What a great business model. Well done. And absolute knob. What the fuck is he playing? And
charges $350 for a 4-hour session. On his website, Joyner, a former software analyst, offers clients the chance to reach a higher and more blissful state of awareness of their sexuality. According to Vice, Joyner believes this blissful state is best achieved through unprotected penetrative sex and claims that condoms block the energy. You've got actual whiplash from this story.
Sorry, and this was Barney the dinosaur.
This was Barney the dinosaur.
I think my childhood might be ruined. I can't lie to you. I think it's getting there a little bit.
It's only an extra $100 for him to wear the costume as well.
That's a joke.
That's a joke.
Because my version of the article's not loading, so I genuinely, I'm completely blind.
This is what it was like for me last week when you were doing yours.
I can't get behind this, him being in like a thing, like on a show with kids, and then going, that was very educational in my current career as a sex guru. Sorry, and his clients are only allowed to be women, and it includes full
$350
sex
for 4
Can we just
session.
Before we go any further, obviously age warning, I guess.
I guess probably when age warning not start this.
Just the descriptions of what I believe I'm about to hear is going to be explicit, and I would.
If it gets too explicit, I will just I'll skip past it.
If you wish you were hard of hearing, me too.
Yeah. It says the foundation of all of that. He reportedly asks clients to declare whether they have any STDs and sign a consent form before their session.
Yeah, good call.
Lisa, an anonymous source contacted by Vice.
That's ruined The Simpsons for me as well as Barney. That's all right.
Said she'd been one of his regular clients for 3 years.
What is he doing?
Regular clients.
Sorry, can I just ask what is he actually doing?
What do you mean?
Is it because he's a guru, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean regular clients? Well, she's going just to have sex with him, so he's a prostitute.
Yeah, I guess it's that.
Yeah. He's an escort. He's not a guru.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
He might be very good at it, which is why they call him a guru. But I need to understand the difference between what he's doing and what an escort does.
One doesn't wear the costume.
Hey, kids! Oh, ruined.
After a regular client for 3 years, after first making contact with him through the dating app Tinder. He's on Tinder. He's advertising himself on Tinder.
Of course he is. Brilliant. Well done, mate.
She added that she had coitus with him, with Joyner during their third session.
Who's used the word coitus unironically since 1970?
With Joyner during their third session, and described the experience as a spiritual awakening. I forgot all of the stuff in this article from the last time I read it.
Fucking hell. Wait, okay, keep going.
Joyner's approach to tantric therapy has been criticised by other practitioners in the field. Professor Kimberly Resnick Anderson, a therapist and psychiatrist working at the University of California, Los Angeles, described Joyner's practice as outrageous and far outside the standard of care. She told Vice, "For him not to use protection is medically unethical and irresponsible."
Right, can I just say, hard agree on that one.
Hard agree, yeah.
Because I guess, okay, you're not doing... I just can't believe we're talking about this. I just can't believe it's like... How has he managed that? How has he managed to set up a business and go, I'm a sex
It's
guru.
such a career switch, isn't it?
I'm only allowing female clients. And it's completely unprotected.
That they have to sign to say they're okay with it.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's mad. Barney and Friends aired in the US network PBS.
Oh, don't go back to Barney.
And was syndicated to other countries around the world. Joyner performed inside the Barney costume until 2002, while US voice actor Bob West dubbed the dinosaurs' dialogue.
Oh, thank God for that.
Oh,
it's not the same as the voice actor. I think if it was the same voice, it would have put me off.
Yeah.
Not I'm signing up.
I can't say I'm rapidly approaching his website.
Although,
not that we can.
Describing it's spiritual. I mean, that's a crazy thing to say. I want to. What's he doing? He's actually a magician. He makes your virginity disappear. Sorry, go ahead, carry on.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
That's the end of the. That's actually the end of the article. So you actually had the final word. That's so gonna get. I hope someone clips that. Talk about a digital footprint.
Fucking hell. I don't know what to say to that. Frozen excrement dropped from plane crashes through house roof.
There's no way you've picked this story.
Have we done this?
No.
Have you saved it for a future episode?
No.
Oh. Wait, what?
So.
Hang on. Is it better to tell your story first and then get into it?
I'll tell my story first, right?
Okay.
When we first started the podcast, right, I almost picked this news story as a just news story to use really early on, right?
Oh my God.
Right? To the point, bearing in mind, I'll find out my iPad. I spent about an hour trying to work out what the velocity would have been and what the force would have been for the shit to fall out of the plane to go through the roof. Like, hand on heart, dead serious. I was in physics. I was at uni.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. But why did you not do it then?
Because I couldn't work it out. I was like, oh shit, I just can't be arsed. So
you didn't even
but I've got it
story?
somewhere.
Oh,
yeah, I've got it somewhere. I can't. It was one of the first episodes. It was between this and another one.
Oh my God!
And I ended up going with a different news story.
Because in a couple episodes' time, it's going to be our 50th episode.
Literally
coming all full circle. Anyway,
I can't believe this is
crazy.
Yeah,
you can tell I went to the Independent because they don't update their fucking front page of weird stories today. So from the Friday the 25th of March 2016, frozen excrement dropped from plane crashes through house roof. Stephanie Moore says she was awoken with a lump of blue ice crashed through the ceiling 15 feet from her head. A Canadian woman has claimed that a frozen lump of excrement from a plane passing overhead ripped through the roof of her mother's house. Stephanie Moore said she was woken up by the crashing sound and saw a huge hole in the ceiling in the hallway, less than 15 feet from where she was sleeping. The 36-year-old teacher had been staying with her mother overnight after returning from a trip to Cuba. After the incident, she said she found pink insulation, drywall, ceiling material, and shattered bits of wood on the hallway floor in a puddle of water. In the morning, daylight could be seen shining through the hole, which was around 1 meter in diameter, and the crash had caused damage to the roof's planking and shingles. Well, got to get them sorted out anyway, mate.
Of course.
Basically, the shit has done you a favour by getting rid of some of those shingles. Mrs. Moore told... very weird side note. I watched the Doctor Who episode last night, the Cybermen one from season 2.
Yeah, I saw you put on Twitter.
Yeah. And there's a character in that called Mrs. Moore, but the only ever Geordie character in Doctor Who ever is in this story, and I just love the way he just every time he brings her name into a sentence, like Mrs. Moore. It just reminded me of that.
Mrs. Moore.
Mrs. Moore told CBC News, not CBBC, not to be confused. Harry's memory box moment. At first, I thought it was just damage to the ceiling. I couldn't tell. It went right through the roof when I first saw it.
How the fuck do you not hear that?
I don't understand. Like a torpedo. She
said, how do you not hear it go barreling through your roof? Like, what?
The reverberation on that shit was crazy. She said both the insurance appraiser and the roof repairman who visited the next day said it was the strangest thing they've ever seen. The roofer who inspected the damage said there was no rotting wood in the roof, and before the incident, the outer shell of the house was solid. They did not find any evidence that a tree or branch caused the damage, and there was no ice or snow on the roof when it happened. The roofer said it was most likely to have been blue ice, a term for frozen excrement that can accidentally leak away from planes mid-flight.
Blue ice.
Blue ice is an odd one. I would have thought brown ice would be easier.
I was going to say brown ice.
Named for the colour of the... fuck's sake, I'm going to just put it out.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Named by the colour of the disinfectant used by sewage systems on commercial planes. Yeah, because it's like bright blue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blue ice has been known to hit homes and melt on impact, leaving little evidence behind. The only other thing that could cause that sort of damage would be a small meteor strike that would leave a rock or mineral in the debris. A spokeswoman for Transport Canada said they are looking into the claim. She said, the department takes all reports of possible debris coming from the aircraft very seriously. Every reported incident is investigated by Transport Canada officials. Canadian aviation regulations forbid creating a hazard by dropping waste mid-flight, she added.
Okay, so it was the liquid, not actual shit, that fell out the planes. That's what I'm gathering.
It's hard to... Yes.
Because surely, right?
No, but I think it's mixed in, isn't it? Because if it's bright fluorescent blue and it's melted and it's left no evidence, I feel like by that point, if it's been mixed in with other liquid in like a tank, I'm not. What I don't think has happened is someone sat down after having a fucking tackle and left a massive fucking stinker and it just went straight out the plane. I think this is something that's been sat in like a tank for a while.
Yeah.
Become one with the liquid.
Fallen, frozen, and then...
Fallen, frozen, and then...
Clattered through
a roof. And destroyed someone's roof and cleaned up some of the shingles on the way past.
It's fucking mad. It's just fucked. I'm sorry. It's just like, what?
Yeah, I don't know like how I would react. I'd be really pissed off. Do you know what I mean? That's actual damage. This is Homeowner George coming in now, where I'm like, I'm thinking less about a shit fell through someone's roof, and more, fucking hell, that's really annoying because that's just damage that they're never going to claim for. Roof. Yeah, exactly.
Bet you the claim takes forever as well.
Sorry?
Bet you the claim takes forever as well.
Oh yeah, honestly. If it was Ryanair, they'd still be waiting for an answer now, and that was an article from 2016 for fuck's sake. Other terrible airlines are available.
That's true. Yeah. 15 foot from it.
Yeah. So
just a shit day, really, isn't it? Hey.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Well, on that shitty note, that is the end of this episode.
Man who lost £600 million Bitcoin fortune considers buying landfill site to search for it. Put it up on screen.
The fuck does that even mean? Man who lost £600 million Bitcoin fortune buying landfill to search for it. But what's he? There is context. Go on, give me the context.
There will be context for this article. So this is like a second part, but it gives you the full context. So I want to skip the synopsis because we need the context. So, a man who believes he accidentally lost a Bitcoin fortune in a council rubbish tip is exploring the possibilities of buying the landfill site before it is shut. James Howells from Newport in South Wales claimed his ex-girlfriend mistakenly threw out a hard drive containing thousands of Bitcoins in 2013. No. According to the 39-year-old IT worker, they are worth more than £600 million, and he's been trying to recover them ever since. Now he is considering buying the site so he can hunt for the missing fortune himself. Multiple outlets reported on Monday. Newport City Council is planning to close and cap the site in 2025-26 financial year, which would almost certainly spell the end of any lingering hopes of recovering them.
Oh, that is bad.
Mr. Howells said in widely reported comments on Monday, it has been quite a surprise to hear of the council's closure plans. Last month, a judge dismissed a legal case he brought to force the council to allow him to search the landfill site or award him £495 million in compensation.
Oh, good luck, mate. Good luck. Really nice one. Yeah. You are demanding fucking £500 million.
He said the council had claimed in court that closing the landfill to allow him to search would have a huge detrimental impact on the people of Newport. Also, at the same time, they were planning to close the landfill anyway. I expected it would be closed in the coming years. because it's 80 to 90% full, but I didn't expect it to close so soon. If Newport City Council will be willing, I would potentially be interested in purchasing the landfill site as is, and have discussed the option with investment partners, and it is something that is very much on the table. What the fuck? Why? Judge Kaiser Casey, Mr. Hall's claim has no realistic prospect of succeeding if he allowed it to go to trial. The Guardian reported Newport City Council has been contacted for a comment, but there hasn't been one. So
this started out relatively okay, but I think...
So I heard about this part. I heard about the guy who had a hard drive and his ex-girlfriend threw it out, and he went to the council being like, you have to let me search this, or I want let's just call $500 million from you in compensation because you're not letting me search for this hard drive. A hard drive that probably costs him like £100 that his ex-girlfriend threw out that the council had nothing to do with.
Yeah, it's the demanding that's getting a bit silly, but the press aren't helping.
Mental.
I think it's fucking
It's
so
funny.
unfortunate, and it's like, oh my god, that's so annoying. Like, that could be worth that now. But then she threw it out in 2013, and now
funny,
because
right?
it's worth something, you want to search it like 10 years later. You need to get a hold of yourself.
You're gonna go searching through 12 years of waste, right? 12 years of waste.
You're never going to find it. You're never going to find it. You're never going to find it.
It is quite literally a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, pointless.
Like, it's bonkers.
Also, if you're concerned about losing a hard drive, get it back at the time.
Yeah,
it stinks. This stinks. James Howells, you stink, man. You fucking stink. You fucking freak, man. Not because you've been through a landfill.
Someone from 2016 is sitting pretty because he found a random hard drive and was like, I'm taking that home. And then proceeds to find...
That's bin men for you.
Thousands and thousands of Bitcoin. I just was like, what?
I'm not going to make a joke there. But I think, yeah. I think we should check all bin men's hard drives, just in case.
What, in case it's got £600 million worth of Bitcoin on it? That'll be his next one.
What an idiot!
His next one.
What an idiot!
He wants to search the houses of the bin men who.
No, he'll want to sue. He'll want to sue the bin men. I also like the fact that it's claimed his ex-girlfriend mistakenly threw out a hard drive. I think that was the defining incident. If bro's still looking for it, fucking 12 years later, that was definitely the incident. If you're still obsessed with it, then Jesus
imagine approaching investors being like, guys, hear me out. I'm missing $600 million, okay?
Yeah.
You invest in buying this landfill, and we can search through it, and I'll give you a cut of the $600 million.
Mental.
Imagine they do it right and don't find it.
Yeah.
Then what? Then what?
That's shit. That's a shit. What a piece of work. I'm sorry.
Woman turns fluorescent pink after misusing Lush bath product. First of all,
sorry. What?
First of all, there's a court case coming here because this is the second time where we've heard of a Lush product dyeing someone's skin color. Shrek bath bomb?
Yeah, I was going to say, this is not the first time we've talked about Lush on the podcast. We did the Shrek bath bomb. But was that affecting skin colour, or was that just the fact that she threw a fucking, like, Lush bomb and it turned it into, like, swamp water?
Possibly. Are your products supposed to stain the human skin a fluorescent shade of pink?
Before we start, now, and you've probably read the article, I am scrolling through on the thing. Do not spoil this. I really, really hope there's a photo of her. I really hope there's a photo of her bright pink, because that would make me cackle. Anyway. Crack on.
A woman has literally been left red-faced after dyeing herself bright pink when she misused a bath product from Lush Cosmetics. Abby Shenton's skin was left fluorescent pink for 3 days after she mistook a bath bomb from the toiletries company for soap. Miss Shenton tweeted Lush saying, "Are your products supposed to stain the human fluorescent shade of pink?" A picture of Miss Shenton looking rosy was retweeted nearly 19,000 times before she removed the image from social media. Lush responded over Twitter exclaiming, "Yikes!" at the sight of Miss Shenton's skin. Miss Shenton, who is no longer pink, said the product she uses called Razzle Dazzle Bath Oil. and she does not blame Lush for the incident. Miss Shenton told Pretty 52, the correct procedure is that you are supposed to dilute it into water, but I thought it was a soap and rubbed it all over my body and face. I misused the product. I love Lush and will still continue to shop there. Miss Shenton said she removed the pink stain using lemon juice, olive oil, and gritty face wash. Lush told the Independent, we are as red in the face as Abby, and the idea that one of our Beth amounts to
the fucking shithousery from Lush going, we're as red in the face as Abby is, and she's fucking red in the face. That's so good. But there's no photo. I understand
why she deleted the photo, because it would have been like, they would have been like, will you please delete the photo, please?
No. We're finding this photo. I don't give a shit. That's the funniest bit. Where's the photo of this pink lady? Not the apple. I got it straight away. Just Google her name.
You actually?
Yep. hang on. I'll get it on there. Oh, I've got an actual other article with it on.
Oh,
that's really bad, isn't
that's worse than I thought it was going to be.
God. She looks like an experiment gone wrong.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, my.
Oh, like bright pink. It looks like Patrick Star from SpongeBob.
That is so bad.
It's really bad. That's awful.
That's horrific. Oh, my. That's worse than I thought.
I'm speechless.
That's worse than I thought it was going to be.
That's like a proper, that's like
it
a proper
does look sunburn. Like sunburn.
Just sunburn, yeah.
Looks like sunburn.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine having to go to work. Do you know what's worse? It'll be worse when she's trying to scrub it off and it gets like patchy. And it goes like a weird colour.
Oh, she looks like a mole rat.
Oh, she literally does as well.
Oh God. Fuck's sake.
That's so bad. That is so much worse than I thought it was going to be. Oh my God, she's the fucking Pink Panther. She's like the fucking Pink Power Ranger. She just doesn't need the morpher.
That's a special power, isn't it?
Lush Ranger.
Fuck me, that is appalling. That's really bad. Jesus.
That's horrific.
Christ.
Nice.
Bless her. I can imagine why she would have removed that from social media. Paul Gazza Gascoigne's bizarre involvement in the hunt for Ralmo. Because it seems that we've made a lot of references to this. Some people don't get it.
There will be a lot of people here.
It's a very northeast thing. Dr. Master definitely knows it because the long-term nostalgia bit fans definitely know what we're talking about here. So this was an article published alongside the
fans have probably just pieced the story together.
Yeah. Honestly. So there's a sound you can actually redeem it in my Twitch chat. You can actually redeem the sound to play. So a lot of people have already heard it through that. This was an article published when ITV made a true crime drama about the hunt for Ralmo, who was the subject of a manhunt in the northeast for a long time. And that's not the funny bit. That's the tragic, horrible bit. But Paul Gascoigne, former footballer's involvement, is the funny bit. And we'll talk about that because we've read so many references to this. But let's read the article. The hunt for Ralmo has reignited public interest in Britain's biggest manhunt and Paul Gascoigne's bizarre involvement in the case. ITV's newest crime drama focuses on the July 2010 hunt by Northumbria police for Ralmo, a former bouncer and bodybuilder who shot 3 people, his ex-girlfriend, his new partner, and a police officer 2 days after he was released from Durham prison. Horrible, obviously.
I was 7-year-old and I remember this.
I was 9. It was significant, wasn't it? I was 9 years old. Yeah. What followed was a week-long manhunt involving 160 armed officers, 10% of those available in England and Wales at any one time. Sniper teams, helicopters, TV survival expert Ray Mears were also involved in the search. And there's a full story about that. On July 9th, Remote was tracked to a National Trust estate near Rothbury, Northumberland, with police surrounding him while he had a gun to his neck. In an attempt to make him surrender, food and water were reportedly offered to Moat, while his best friend Tony Lader was brought to attempt to talk Moat down. Here we arrive at former England footballer Paul Gazza Gascoigne's involvement in the story. Gascoigne also turned up to the crime scene, wearing a dressing gown and carrying a fishing rod, and attempted to gain access to Moat by claiming to be a good friend of the fugitive. Now, don't know if it'll mention this, but Paul Gascoigne was off his fucking face when he did this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guarantee Morty, he wouldn't shoot me. I'm good friends with him, he told police, but was denied access. Talking to Real Radio Northwest that day, Gascoigne explained that he'd gone down with a can of lager, some chicken, a mobile phone, and something to keep him warm. He is willing to give in now. I just want to give him some therapy and say, come on, Morty, it's Gazza. There it is! Get in there! He is all right, simple as that, and I'm willing to help. I've come all this way from Newcastle to Rothbury to find him and have a chat with him. News of Gascoigne's attempt only reached his agent, Kenny Shepherd, after the event, who told press at the time, he's doing what? I'm sitting having an evening meal in Mallorca. I'm speechless. In the early hours of the next morning, shots were heard with... Okay. Past the suicide bit. You can probably read it on screen if you want to see it. Gascoigne's involvement in the Moat story will not feature in The Hunt for Raoul Moat, with executive producer Jake Lushington explaining the surprise, brief and not very successful intervention from someone famous became a big story at the time, and it didn't change the events at all. We've referred to it, but it's got nothing to do with the story we're trying to tell, which is a shame, because, yeah. In 2015, Gascoigne claimed that he'd been on a cocaine and alcohol binge nearby and convinced himself that he and Moat were good buddies and had went to school together, which obviously isn't true. After travelling to the crime scene and being told to just go home by an officer, he went back and woke up unable to remember the previous night's events. I was like, what have I done? I've got a chicken by my side, fishing rods, a barber... And I'm like, fuck me, I must have done something, he said. I turned on Sky News. Paul Gascoigne was there last night. Before the first shooting, Moat had served an 18-week sentence assaulting a 9-year-old family member. Damn. Yeah, let's not go into that. Anyway, funny, Raoul Moat. No, Paul Gascoigne. So, I'm going to end this off with the phone call. Can we play this? I feel like we have to play this.
Because I knew the police were stopping loads of cars. I jumped in the taxi, wanted to stay in a bed and breakfast, so I could stay there, and then I was going to walk through the mountains, because I know all the rivers in Rothbury. I know...
Where's the bit? We know what the bit we're looking at.
Because I know he won't shoot me.
I don't think that's the one. Hang on, let me get the proper one.
On the line.
It's like an 8-minute thing, and also he smacked off his tits when he made this call, and the radio station really tried to push him to get this.
Here. I know Raoul Moat.
He said I want to go through. That was with me.
Where is it?
Well,
I know her.
In there.
I've got my physical.
Here we go.
Negotiate.
I'm trying to find out where he is, where the police know. I've got a jacket, I've got a dressing gown, I've got some chicken, I've got some bread, I've got a can of lager, I've got a fishing rod, I've got my fishing rod, and I'm willing to sit down and just shout, Morty, it's Gazza. Just all I want to shout is, Morty, it's Gazza, where are you? And I guarantee he will shout his name out. I'm here. And me and him could sit and chat, have a little bit of fishing, and all I'll tell him is, say, yeah, Morty, listen.
And you think you could sort it out?
So if you like a sort of man-to-man chat with him, two pals on the riverbank.
Yeah, two friends in the middle of the bar from Newcastle and all those years. Look at
it's legendary.
Listen, why don't we just put the gun away, throw it in the river.
Put the gun away, throw it in the river. Away, Morty.
The worst is the worst. You may get a 12-year stretch. The police are not going to kill you. Because I know he's willing to give in now.
Anyway, enough of Gazza. Sausage vending machines booming in Germany.
I think I've heard about these. I feel like I remember seeing some sort of article or like Lad Bible post about these not that long ago.
So some of the machines sell 3 or 4 varieties alongside punnets of potato salad. Ugh.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
What's the worst that can happen? Very good. Hungry Germans craving a sausage in the dead of night are increasingly turning to vending machines for their bratwurst, brockwurst, and barbecue meats. The machines are booming outside German cities where shops are less likely to stay open for long hours, according to a survey by the German press agency. Especially in structurally weak rural areas, vending machine solutions are becoming increasingly popular, says Heike Richter, an industry spokesperson. There is a strong development towards the vending machine, which is used to deliver meat, milk, eggs, and other products to customers outside of core opening times. You know what? I actually really like that idea. I didn't even think of it. I just thought, haha, funny sausage vending machine. But
Question: how do you get the eggs out of the vending machine? Because if they drop off one of the shelves, they break.
yeah, let's get into that. Surely there's got to be something. Some butchers' vending machines sell 3 or 4 types of sausage. They kind of raced over the strong development towards it. Maybe they haven't actually got the eggs in yet. They haven't worked out how to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you imagine you get a sausage out of one of these things and it just sort of you get it out? Oh no, my packet of sausages and it's just covered in like egg yolk, just sort of cracked all over the basin. Yeah.
You know when you like put your hand in to the bottom of the
Oh,
yeah, you put it in,
yeah.
it's just like a pool of egg and eggshells.
That's just like covered in it. Yeah, rotten as well because it's been there a few days in the heat. Some butchers' vending machines sell 3 or 4 types of sausage and punnets of accompanying potato salad. Yeah, that's German food for you. Yeah, I don't get it. It's like you'll do like sausage, really nice, and then like, but let's have it with sauerkraut. Oh God, no. So customers can buy all they need for a traditional, hearty German feast. Oh my God, they're taking notes nostalgia bit there. Others stock eggs, milk, butter. They do stock eggs and fruit and veg. So all the kitchen essentials are available at any time. There are over 570,000 vending machines in Germany, but despite their popularity, they're expected to complement rather than replace traditional shops operating in areas where a shop may not be economically viable. Vending machines will play a complementary role in brick-and-mortar retailing. Wolfgang Kampminer of the Berlin Brandenburg Trade Association told Berliner Zeitung newspaper, fuck me, in the international imagination, I'm so terrified of butchering names. In the international imagination, unusual vending machines have long had an association with Japan, where they are known to be selling everything from sake to underwear.
I fucking knew this was going to be linked to Japan. Vending machines are so ingrained in Japanese culture. It's unbelievable. Like, you literally go around every corner of a vending machine for whatever you want. They're saying you can get it from sake to underwear.
Yeah.
In Japan. Like, it's crazy.
Underwear's a bit silly. I don't know if I get underwear from a vending machine. Although, I've probably needed that before. That sounds awful. I remember I did a shoot once where I had to, like, get a train, and I wore the most uncomfortable pair of underwear. And it did the absolute worst. Honestly, the absolute worst. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to go to a shop and buy underwear. And I went to M&S in the train station and spent £25 on a couple pairs of underwear. And they were shit. Yeah. It was shit quality. So I could have done with that. Vending machine selling underwear. Don't think I've ever needed a sausage on the go.
I do wish... I think it would be cool to have these like sausage vending machines. But for now, if I want sausage late at night, I'll just go and see Magic Mike. So... I don't need any sausage vending machines for the moment.
On that note, thank you so much for watching. CCTV shows shoplifters using pythons to distract cashier before stealing from a petrol station.
Where do you find these?
Sky News.
Sky News, baby.
The footage shows that a male suspect placed one of the pythons on the counter of the petrol station in Madison County, Tennessee, before dangling a second steak in front of the cashier. There's a video there, you can watch it on the article, which for those listeners and viewers, you can watch that, linked in the description below. I
don't think that's a very PG video to be recommended for viewers.
That's fine. Police are hunting for 4 suspects who used 2 pythons to distract a cashier before stealing £400 worth of CBD oil from a petrol station. CCTV shows the cashier speaking to 2 of the suspects, a man and a woman, after they approached the counter of the Citgo store in Madison County, Tennessee. The man is holding up a curled ball python as the woman strokes it. At one stage, the male suspect places the reptile on the counter as the woman appears to talk to someone off camera. The man then dangles a second ball python over the counter before the video cuts out. Ball pythons are non-venomous constrict snakes that are native to Africa and can grow to a maximum length of around 1.8 meters. Interesting.
Okay, this whole news story just sounds like a massive innuendo. Like, do you not think...
What, he's dangling his python over the fucking counter? Windmilling it, if you will.
Asking that to touch his ball python.
This CCTV footage has been shared online by 731 Crime Stoppers, a non-profit organisation in Tennessee which helps police locate wanted suspects. 4 suspects, 2 black men and 2 black women, stole $400 of CBD oil on the 4th of March. Holy shit! Happy birthday, me! Before leaving in a black 4-door saloon car. The non-profit organisation added that the vehicle's boot was tied with bungee cords and ended the appeal with hashtag moron.
Hashtag moron. What a non-profit.
CBD oil is an active ingredient in cannabis and is derived from a hemp plant and is used to treat certain health conditions. It can be prescribed in the UK to treat epilepsy and multiple sclerosis, and it has also been touted as a possible treatment for anxiety and depression. Damn. Maybe they were just really anxious and just needed a lot of that oil. Really sad.
Bro, he's just anxious about his snakes, man.
He's anxious about the size of his python.
Of course. I would be too. He's 1.8.
He's trying to grow it to a maximum length of 1.8 meters. So I thought he'd dangle it in front of the cashier.
Honestly, it's a smart idea, but I also think some of this falls on the cashier because how stupid do you have to be?
I think if I was working in a shop and it was like relatively mundane, like petrol station, and people walked in and just didn't. I mean, it's not even implied that they said anything. It's just that they walked in and sort of just dangling their pythons in front of him, and then. Go on, go put your hand in that.
Touch my snake.
Yeah. I think it's sort of, I think fair enough. Because there's obviously 2 other people there. They must be the ones stealing stuff. Yeah. You would be distracted by the pythons, I think. Fair enough.
That is fair, yeah.
Mental. Absolutely mental. Jesus. Anyway, that's the end of our Just News story. Thank you very much for watching the first instalment of the Nostalgia Bit Film Club today, where we reviewed the film Shrek.
Ramen shop owner places cash bounty on heads of customers who left bad reviews stating, "I'll deal with you."
What the fuck?
This is on... It's not the one for this episode. It's for my next one, basically.
Yeah. I've got it up.
They got served. A ramen shop placed a bounty on the heads of 2 male customers who left them a bad review. The owner of Toyojiro, a highly rated Jiro-style ramen restaurant in Kyoto, Japan, took to Instagram to declare war, threatening the duo who slapped his eatery with an awful 1-star review. He also posted their photo along with a cash reward to whoever could identify them, according to Dextero.
That's mental.
I saw your post and you seem a bit weird. We try not to treat people like you as customers, so it's fine, the owner said in the post, which has since been removed. But you should probably avoid eating out. Someday, someone like you will get screwed. I don't care. Just come directly and I'll deal with you.
Jesus.
The restaurant
Christ.
also posted on its Instagram story, offering a reward of 100,000 yen or $662 per customer to anyone who could track them down, saying the search would continue until the 2 revisited the establishment and wrote a positive review.
Oh my god.
The only thing he can do is come back, eat again, and write a good review with the photo. I told him I won't forgive him otherwise, not even of the safety of his family. If he does that, he'll be killed right away. This kid is so scared, the owner penned.
That is fucking mental.
This is why you don't mess with anyone in Japan, because you don't know what kind of Yakuza-style stuff they're going to pull out. After social media user criticizes overly aggressive posts, the owner eventually repented for his online rant. I know there are pros and cons for an act that went too far. I'm reflecting on this. I'm looking to reflecting and moving forward. Thank you, he wrote. The restaurant itself also apologized for its brazen owner's volatile tirade in its Instagram post that has also been deleted. Our restaurant, which achieved champion status on Japan's largest ramen site, ramen database, just 1 month after opening, deeply regrets the recent incident we have caused. This incident has resulted in a shameful outcome for us. We have committed to transforming ourselves and becoming a ramen restaurant that is truly supported by customers from around the world.
Fucking hell.
God, my cheeks are actually hurting from giggling from that.
I can't lie, I don't even think it looks that nice in the photo.
I'm not going to comment. No comment.
Yeah, actually, you probably made a good decision there, actually.
I plead the fifth.
Jesus Christ, I don't even know what to say to this.
It's
That's
mental.
Just absolutely mental. $262 per customer.
$662.
Track them down.
100,000 yen's quite a lot. Picks up anyone who could track down saying that's
God.
crazy. It's absolutely bonkers.
Jesus
Psycho.
Christ.
Proper mentalist behaviour. So if nice ramen shop man, you're watching this podcast episode,
Does it
your
tell
ramen
you
looks amazing.
which restaurant
and-
it is?
Toyojiro? Yeah, Toyojiro in Kyoto.
See if it's still open.
Closed permanently, can you imagine?
No, it's still open.
Oh yeah, it's still open.
4.4 stars on Google. Oh god,
Damn.
he proper like replies to like the ones as well.
Oh, is he?
I want to see if there's any like 1-star reviews. Oh come on, Google, you fucking clamp it. It sure
Oh,
is.
mine stopped doing it as well, yeah.
1 star. There's a few 1 stars. Let me see if he's replied to any of those. Just
Lowest
filter.
ratings, here we go.
Filter lowest.
Jesus.
I'm
Oh,
glad
here
you
we
came,
go.
but you behave badly as a person. It doesn't work anywhere in the world, let alone Japan. Just kind of. I thought he'd be kicking off more at these.
Bro, that's huge. First, before placing your order, we will provide you with an explanation of the store in English, which you will read accepting your order. The menu chosen by the customer with a single SKU. Wow.
Someone rated it 2
What it costs
stars.
100
2 out of 5 stars for food, 1 out of 5 for service, 1 out of 5 for atmosphere. And he replied, "Thank you so much for all the creatures. I'll be waiting for you again." I don't know if that's a threat or if he genuinely is just trying to be nice.
That's so bad. To be
Oh,
fair, there's
God.
not that many like 1-star reviews, or, like low
No,
star
it's not. To
reviews.
be fair, it must be a pretty good place. That's probably why he was so upset by it.
Yeah,
Can't happen very often, otherwise he'd be chasing everyone down.
108 reviews.
Jesus Christ.
4.5 stars is very good in Japan though.
It's good promotion though. All
Yeah,
press is good press, I suppose.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's true. Yeah,
Putting bounties on your customers' heads.
but that's so. Anybody who leaves a 1-star review on Nostalgia Base, we will
Good, very
we are
good.
going to put a
We'll find
bounty
you.
on your head.
We'll find you.
We will find you, and we will make sure that you put
So
a
make
5-star
sure
review
you do
on
give us a
Spotify.
hearty
Yes.
5-star review on
So
Spotify.
make sure you give us a hearty 5-star review on Spotify. It really, really, really does help. And thank you so much for watching and or listening. Oh my god.
And I want to now talk about this as if it's like happened yesterday.
Yeah.
But the energy's not there and I've got fucking hay fever, but we're doing this. So bear with me 1 second.
Huh? Bro's gonna come out and take a wig off and he shaved his head again. That's what's gonna happen here. What?
Okay.
What?
Cooper. This is a bit of a shitpost, by the way. This isn't like a proper just news, to be
What
honest
on
with
earth is going on here?
you. Bro, I've told you. I'm surprised you haven't guessed what this is. So we've run this podcast for like how long now? Like over a year?
Yeah.
What do we brand ourselves on being like movie enthusiasts and TV enthusiasts, gaming enthusiasts.
Yeah.
The other unique selling point that we have is we're both Geordies, and I would not fucking go by
Oh my.
without talking about the fact that we won the Carabao Cup. This had to happen. This had to happen. Face it. This is a story. This is a news story. Might not be very funny, fuckers, but we fucking won the Carabao Cup. And I have the winner's shirt here. We won. Newcastle United won the Carabao Cup, the first domestic trophy in about 70 years, and I am excited by that. You don't follow football. So you don't
Watch
really
the
give a
match.
shit.
I didn't even watch the match.
Do you know how big of a deal is it? I mean, I presume you do now because you've seen like the parade and shit,
Because
right?
I've seen the parade. Fucking,
Yeah.
I rights I do. Jesus.
300,000 people
It's mental.
in Newcastle City Centre. Bus parade coming through. Do you get a feeling of that? I just think this is what the Just News story is now. This isn't the story as such, but it is.
This
'Cause
is
I
me
was
being
like,
interrogated on why I don't like football.
no, it's like, do you feel that when this happened, like there was any part of you which was like, oh, I kind of wish I did know what was going on? Nah. You know,
Pop off, King.
I respect
you
it.
go.
Look,
You go.
we we don't ever talk about football on here, and we're probably not going to do it too much. This is a massive deal, and I want to just say, like, there's a lot of fucking people out there on their little sporting podcasts or whatever who are going like, "Oh, I can't believe Newcastle are doing a bus parade to celebrate the Carabao Cup. Yeah, Mickey Mouse Cup this, Mickey Mouse Cup that."
People fucking kicked off that they weren't going to do it originally.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is, it's
But you
like,
gutted you couldn't go.
No, I didn't want to go to the parade, man. I didn't want to go to the fucking Town Moor event. I watched the live stream and that was enough cringe for me. I'm happy we won the fucking trophy, and I think the players deserve to get celebrated. I did not intend on being going back up to Newcastle to be on the Town Moor for that. You couldn't drink. They didn't fucking let you drink. It was a family event.
Really?
Nah. So fuck
I
that.
don't know that.
It's people don't like complain because people don't understand what this means. Like, I haven't followed football for most of my life, but I've started following it really since I left Newcastle and moved to London. It's sort of a little slice of home for me. And, like, you understand the sentiment of it. Like, my granddad's in his 70s. Like, the last time Newcastle lifted a cup, he was less than 10 years old. He doesn't really remember that in his lifetime. Do you know how, like, massive that is? For people in Newcastle as a culture, how big that'll be for the city, how big that'll be for fucking everything. you just don't give a shit, do you?
I understand it from that sense. Like, I fully get it from it's like it's amazing for like the old generation who haven't seen it or saw the original one. I just don't have any love for the sport. I own Newcastle tops, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I have them. They're drawn literally behind me. I own Newcastle tops. But I've never really enjoyed the sport.
Yeah.
A lot of my family surrounding me are not massive
Yeah.
football fans. Like, my immediate family, mum, dad, sister, none of them are football people. Like, it's just never I've never really been a football kind of. I've had like distant extended family do, but just for me, I've just never really even in school. But this is not me. Like, I'm not trying to slander whatever.
No.
I'm not trying to shit on anyone who enjoys it. Like, it's amazing. Like, I'm so happy for Newcastle fans and for the city of Newcastle because I know it's been rough. Like, the last 5 to 10 years for Newcastle United has been rough. It has been up and down and up and down all the time. And it's nice to finally see them get what they deserve with all the management changes and everything like that. It's amazing. For me, I just don't like. Yeah.
When you saw a parade, though,
don't get me wrong, I couldn't fucking believe the amount of people that were there for the parade. When I saw the photos and the videos of the streets full, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I went into town on the morning of the parade.
Wow.
Because I had a haircut at 8:30 in the morning, and I was there first thing in the morning. I booked it well in advance, like a month in advance, so it was not with the celebration of mine or anything. There were people in town already. Like, I must have saw at least 100 to 150 people already in town with Newcastle tops on, and that was at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah. There's such a following for it, and it's like a new era for us, I think, as a city and as a thing, because Newcastle, you can't deny that Newcastle is a football city.
I know from when I was a kid.
Yeah,
that
like I've never followed it, like grown up, really, in and out. My family have, but I've not really ever been bothered by it. But then, as soon as I started watching it, you get it, because it's like, oh well, there's years of footballisms around you.
Yeah,
chants and players and stuff.
I got stuck in the riots one year when I was younger.
You told me about
in
this.
Central Station.
Yeah,
which maybe plays into a little bit.
I think you told me that I sort of did play into it.
It probably does play. It probably does. When I was about whatever year old, we would drop my dad off the station because he was at Manchester, and it was the year that Newcastle played. It was the first year Newcastle lost to Sunderland in a derby match for X amount of years, and there was a massive riot at the police station, and it really threw me when I was a kid. And I can't remember what age I was. I can probably find out, but I just don't like. But it's even before that. Well, like that really played nothing into it. Even before that, I wasn't a football fan. I didn't support Newcastle United. Like, it just never was anything for me.
Yeah, I get that, and I think that's. I mean,
but again, like I'm not.
Football hooliganism is fucking awful.
Yeah,
and the
like
people
I'm not.
who do
And
that are fucking horrible
like
pricks.
I don't want to take this away from this news
no.
story and make it about why I don't like Newcastle United. Like
No,
I don't
but
want that to be the case at all.
This is
like,
our
I want...
podcast to talk about this
Yeah.
stuff because it's interesting. Because I've got a different relationship with football to a lot of people, and sort of you don't really give a shit about it. And I think it's interesting because I think something about our podcast is that's a sort of selling point is that we're both Geordies.
I am proud. I am proud to be from Newcastle. Like
No.
Like a fucking
I'm not
badge.
questioning you.
Especially working away and everything. Like
You feel
people
more pride,
asking
don't
me the amount of fucking people. I'm working in Yorkshire at the moment. The amount of fucking people that week after they won the Carabao Cup that said, "Oh my god, you must be over the moon!" Like, because so many people just clocked it straight away. Like, honestly. Like, we were filming in, like, big, like, open areas, like, with, like, residents and stuff, and I had about 10 or 15 people ask me, being like, "Oh, where are you from?" I was like, "Oh, I'm from they were like, "Oh, you from Newcastle?" I was like, "Yeah, you must be over the moon." I was like, "Yeah, it's been pretty mental in Newcastle for the last week, so..."
That's... The difference there is, like, I went in the next morning wearing my Newcastle shirt into work. I've got a framed photo of Dan Burn on my desk.
I saw that.
Like, I don't know, it is interesting, and I think it's such a big part of Newcastle culture that every now and then we almost need to touch on it when something good happens like this. Where it's like, I felt like it would have been great if, just timing-wise, we'd recorded that with that in mind.
Yeah.
But it happened so long ago now, but it's like...
Yeah.
That's literally the first Just News story that I've recorded since we fucking won.
Yeah,
It is absolutely crazy. It is crazy. And it is such a strange... experience, but it's like I've noticed funny things. I've noticed funny things like on streams and stuff since people have made comments about how I sound more Geordie than usual.
But yeah, it's just.
But why is that? I don't know why that is.
Pride.
It's so interesting, isn't it? When there's a I actually have, yeah.
Have you?
yeah.
Have you listened to his new album?
I've finally listened to his new album. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
it's on the base. It's I was gonna say you can't not own the shirt. You can't own the shirt and not listen to the album.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay, now. Oh, dear.
I can't wait to go to Sam Fender at St James's because everyone's gonna be wearing that top.
Yeah, man, it'll be great. First thing I did was buy that top. As soon as the fucking full-time whistle went and they put it on Twitter, I was like, I'm buying it.
My grandma's bought one as well.
I love that.
But yeah, it's amazing. Like, it's nice for the city and stuff. But I do like there's probably that kind of wishes, but I just don't have any.
Because for me, it's like I think I look back a few years ago when I didn't really give that much of a shit. It's like I'm glad that I now care about it because I can't believe that I mean, you know me. You've known me for fucking 11, 12 years. Yeah, plus. Christ, that's scary. You know that, like, I've never been a football guy. Yeah. Never really.
Yeah.
And it's only recent
ever
years.
had a conversation about football.
No.
Ever. It's probably one of the first conversations we had about football.
Probably. But I think it's interesting because, like, when Newcastle last played the Carabao Cup final a couple years ago, when I'd only kind of just started really, really getting into it and knowing the players and understanding the game, I was disappointed that we lost, but I didn't really care as much. And now coming back this year, it's like now I'm so glad that it happened this time round because now I feel so much more attached to it emotionally.
Yeah, that, like I watched that one. I watched the last one.
Full-time whistle fucking went, and I was like tearing up. I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, this is so stupid because a few years ago I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't care. Yeah. Whereas now I'm like, oh my god,
glory hunter, man.
Fuck off. No, you know what it is? It's since I left home. That's what it is for me. It's
mate,
like,
100%. If I was in a situation
it
is 100%. Like, and I get this. I'd love to know the amount of people that travelled home to see that parade. Yeah. Like, it must have been crazy. Or even
I didn't because it's sort of like one of those things where it's sort of a bit artificial. And I love the parade, but the parade was very short. It was the big event on the town moor that was supposed to be amazing. Mm-hmm. I should be calling it a town moor, shouldn't I? I was more. Have you seen these fucking? You probably haven't. But basically, there's the whole thing recently where like the people who are sponsoring Newcastle, Seller, however, which is a Saudi Arabian company, they're now like paying like influencers to like promote for Newcastle fans to like go abroad and celebrate in Saudi Arabia. And these adverts, these adverts are the funniest fucking things. You know Thog Den, have you heard of him?
Yeah.
He did like an advert with his dad where it's like a really like candid conversation where it's like, God, it's amazing. They've won a cup after 70 years. And the other guy going, yeah. I bet they'll be celebrating on the town more. And he goes, yeah, I tell you where the celebrations are even bigger though. Saudi Arabia.
I feel like I might have saw that.
I
saw one similar. Who was it that I saw?
There's a bunch of them. And it's really like overly scripted.
It's bad, that.
It's bad. It's funny. It's funny, but it's bad.
It's funny. It's very funny.
Yeah. It's we'll not get into that. But I am proud, and I am proud, like, especially having moved away from home, there is a sense of where you get more passionate about that because it's such a big thing at home. I never really was bothered about it at home, but coming away from it, it's a little slice of home. Like, I went to see a Newcastle match in London recently at, like, the West Ham Stadium, and, like, that was such an exciting experience. I had to hide the fact that I was a Geordie, but, you know, it is. Anyway, I'll stop boring you about football, and I'll stop boring.
No, honestly, I'm not.
But our audience also probably doesn't give a shit, so I'm gonna wrap this up.
I'm not like I don't want it to ever come across that I'm trying to like slander or anything. It's just not. It's just not for me. Newquay woman horrified as naked man posts spaghetti through her letterbox.
So many details. Sorry, what?
Newquay woman horrified as naked man
understandable
posts spaghetti
more understandable
through letterbox.
Mental. I've seen people doing this in Newcastle where they just open a can of beans and put it on someone's doorstep. But this is like another level, posting it through the box.
A woman in Cornwall got a shock when she received a notification that a naked man appeared to be posting spaghetti through her letterbox while she was at work. Jessie saw on her ring doorbell camera that a man who (brackets) looked naked was outside her home. Jessie said it appeared the man was posting something that looks like spaghetti through the letterbox. Posting to a local Facebook group at 6:40 p.m. on Tuesday, March 11th, Jessie said she was scared to go home and wondered if anyone had experienced something similar. The post sparked genuine concern as well as a flurry of tongue-in-cheek comments littered with puns.
Of course it has.
Jessie said, "I'm at work and just seen on my ring doorbell a man who looks naked has posted something that looks like spaghetti through my letterbox. Has anyone else had this happen to them? I'm scared to go home." One person said, "I'd passed that information to the police."
God,
another said,
"What a dickhead.
Cherry gnocching in the nudie."
That's terrible.
That is bad.
That's terrible.
A third said he's probably walking past the door.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. These are all shit. A fourth said, "Could you see his linguine?" That's pretty good. That's
good.
That's a good one. I like that one. That's getting a seal of approval.
Oh my god! This is just a bunch of puns.
Is this just puns about this poor woman?
Other people said, "Sounds like you've been pacified by a mysterious nudist." NOODIST.
Shit.
And the story this story Torrentellini made me laugh. That is bad. That's a horrific one. That's probably the worst one. If it is known if the man was fully in fact nude or what Jessie found when she got home, Cornwall Life has contacted Jessie for further information. Devon and Cornwall Police have also been contacted, but it's not thought the incident has been reported to the police.
Sorry.
What?
And that's it? And there's no more information?
That's it. Like, what? Why? What? Why?
What the fuck?
Maybe it's just one of life's many mysteries.
That's really bad. That woman could be in distress. And I also think the most interesting thing for me about this story, call me boring, is that she doesn't actually know if it's spaghetti. She said it looks like spaghetti. We never got an update.
Maybe she's just still not at home. Maybe she just never actually went home.
And also, you're at work. Get off Facebook.
True. That's true.
Corporate George strikes again.
Corporate George.
Are you slacking at
to lift my phone up while we're... I'm not looking at my phone while I'm editing or recording.
Get that fucking phone away.
But yeah, so maybe the woman still lives at work.
And it
crazy.
Naked guy posts spaghetti through letterbox. That's still confusing my brain. Why? How?
It's crazy.
How would you know he's naked? He looks naked, and it looked like spaghetti, but she couldn't specify for certain. Could it have just been like a postman in like a beige suit?
Posting what through a letterbox?
Spaghetti, obviously. Oh, I don't fucking know. Oh, fuck's sake.
Maybe it was the Super Mario in real life kid.
Are you just trying to throw a meme into this to liven it?
Spaghetti.
Oh, fuck's sake! I thought there was zero connection there. I thought you were being like,
Really?
do you think it's like the Super
We
Mario
always
in
have a
real life
conversation
kid?
about this.
Oh, fucking spaghetti, man. I don't associate spaghetti with that meme.
I do. It's the one thing I take from that meme. I didn't even take the in real life thing until you started doing it.
Talking to Super Mario in real life, you're going to get the new Switch in Mario Kart.
Fucking I am.
School tries to cover huge 65-foot penis en route that is visible from space. Now, straight away I have questions.
What?
Because there's no fucking way that it's 65 foot, it's visible from space. What they mean is that if you search the fucking place on Google Maps, it comes up. But like...
Oh my god.
Little fun fact here from the Metro. Did you know this penis is 161 times larger than the average human's?
Wow.
Almost as big as mine. An enormous
I was waiting for one of us to make a joke like that.
An enormous penis has appeared on top of a school roof in Berlin. Was it Nigel Farage? The 20-meter long phallic drawing was seemingly painted on top of the Waldorf school and the Kreuzberg district in Berlin. The white appendage has now had the edges painted over in a not so discreet attempt to conceal the crude artwork. The massive penis was so large it was picked up by a satellite and is now visible on Google Maps. Oh,
That's
embarrassing.
unbelievable.
The 65-foot penis is visible from space satellites. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's visible from space. I hate when people do this and they go, "Oh, it's visible from space," when it's just not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm immediately about to do?
Google the school to see if it's still
Searching it on Google Maps to see if it comes up.
Guess what? I'm already there.
Oh, you're joking.
I don't. Oh, no, this one's in England. That's definitely not the fucking right school.
I found it, hang on.
Waldorf School.
Oh, it's still there.
Is it?
And the building is literally like number 69 on the street. They couldn't make this up. That's
why someone's done it.
It's
That's
actually
exactly
there.
why someone's done it.
Wow. That's fantastic. That's a stinker from them, to be fair.
That's so funny.
According to satellite... oh, sorry, hang on. The 20-meter knob, which was discovered by Bild newspaper, is 161 times larger than the average erect penis, which is 13 centimetres. Thanks for that, Metro. Just a little bit of a fun fact for our viewers there. According to satellite images, the penis appeared sometime between March and July 2022, Metro can reveal. Whether the phallic artwork was drawn by a school pranksters or a street artist is unclear. School authorities have now made a haphazard attempt to cover up the penis by painting over the edges.
So good.
The distinctive length of the shape of the penis still remains discernible, however. The school teaches a unique Waldorf education developed in the 1900s by, that's not an English sentence, nice one, Metro, journalism. Waldorf teaching blends artistic and physical activities such as knitting and woodwork with academic learning. Well, there you go. You're teaching the kids to be creative and then you expect them not to draw a 65-foot penis on a building. I mean, come on, man.
Do you reckon they ever found out who did it?
Nah, not a chance. You'd never give that. You'd never reveal that, would you? Be like Banksy, like the German Banksy.
Yeah, it is.
But instead of drawing like politically driven artwork that criticises our culture and our class, it's just a giant 65-foot cock. Their methods promote natural curiosity and the joy of exploratory learning.
There you go.
Yeah, well, no shit that you're a fucking massive penis. Then. It's not the first time a penis has made its way onto the top of a school building. In 2006, a male appendage was drawn on the roof of a Teesside school. That does not surprise me at all. The knob was also picked up by satellite images and was featured on Google Earth. Yeah.
Legendary.
Well, that's a story. A question for our viewers at home. What's the biggest cock you've ever seen? I got asked. I don't think we can ask that.
Wrap it up. He's done it again. He's done it again.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. This doesn't work.
Here's the thing, though. Like, my outros are kind of scripted for myself, so you could do it for me. Because I do know the exact same outro
How
every
about
episode.
if you take it slowly, I think I could. Because obviously it's my recording, so I feel like I could try and line this up well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Just do
Ready?
slowly.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Nostalgia Bait. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure to leave us a hearty 5-star review, because it really, really helps.
You do
If
say
you're
the same thing
watching
every
on
time, don't you?
Honestly, my outros is like, thank you for watching and/or listening to this episode of Nostalgia Bit. If you're listening on Spotify, please leave us a hearty 5-star review. It really, 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 really does help.
That's too fast for me.
If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, because we're on a road to 400 subscribers. Make sure to leave a comment what your favourite Just News story was out of this block, and we'll be back with some amazing more Just News stories in the future, because I've got all of mine prepped. Make sure you check us out on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all of the social medias. We love you, and we will see you next week for whatever.
I feel like
episode.
that
That's my
Oppenheimer
outro.
meme. Do you know, like, where it's like, what have I created?
The ending where it's like the bottle
Yeah,
ends.
It's like that realization of what have I created. It's like me turning you into a content creator must be how the guy who originally made the chicken jockey feels now. Like,
He does not feel the same way as you.
right. Thank you for watching. That was fun.
Yeah.